All right, V'siyata Dishmaya. We're here in the Alshech Academy, learning from B'yam Darkecha and off the lights of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, going into the holy holiday of Shavuot coming upon us, Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah. So I thought it would be fitting to blend the two together and to go into a chapter of what is Torah, what is our approach to Torah, what should be our intention when we're coming to learn Torah. And Be'ezat Hashem, may this shiur be for the refuah of everybody in Am Yisrael that needs a refuah, for Hatzlacha of the Chayalim. Be'ezat Hashem, speedily may we merit to see the face of the Mashiach and have Hashem be revealed to the whole entire world. Amen. So when it comes to Torah, everybody understands how important learning Torah is, and that it's the backbone of our people, of our whole entire belief system. Everybody knows that Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, right? The Torah, learning of Torah is in correspondence and outweighs all of the mitzvot that you have to do. And it's the main thing that a Jew can do. And we have to understand what is the purpose of our learning. Is it only just to know the Torah? Are we commanded to learn in order to say that we know it, that you can test us in trivia and we'll pass the test? We also have to think about what is a person meant to do when they don't understand their Torah? Is there a reason that they should learn if they don't understand? And what's a person meant to do for every different reason possible? He feels like, I'm not going to be a Talmid Chacham, I'm not going to be some big Torah scholar, so why should I even put in effort? Where should he pull some inspiration or some desire to learn Torah from if he knows he's not going to be that? And he doesn't have any satiation, he doesn't have any fulfillment from his learning, because he doesn't feel like he's doing anything by learning. What is going to give a person like this the power and the ability and the desire to want to learn Torah? What is going to bring sweetness into this person's Torah learning? What is he going to do in order to feel some kind of, some good feeling about his learning? And even though a person needs to learn without fulfillment, right? But the main aspect of the Torah is the sweetness of the Torah. Right? Like it says, Metukim midvash, the Torah is sweeter than honey. So there has to be a way to bring this sweetness into the Torah learning of a person and to really bring a person deeper into real Torah learning. So B'ezat Hashem, those are the questions that we're going to try to answer on. It's going to take us a few different classes to get through this. There's about 30 pages here and very deep learning about what is Torah learning. B'ezat Hashem Yitbarach, may we come out of this, each class, with a new appreciation for the Torah and more of a desire to actually learn it. B'ezat Hashem. Nishmat Torah begins like this. The first part here is Nishmat Torah, the soul of the Torah. The main aspect of the Torah is the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the light of Hashem blessed be He that's revealed inside the Torah. It's written in the Zohar, in Parashat Ba'alotcha. Rabbi Shimon says like this: Oy to the person that says that the book of the Torah is a bunch of stories. These are just simple words of, they're just a nice storybook. All the words of the Torah are very, very supernal words. And they're very deep and supernal secrets. This story that's inside the Torah, from the beginning of creation into the last of the prophets and the writings, the story that's being told inside the Tanakh, that is what's called the levush, the garment, the clothing of the Torah. Whoever thinks that the clothing, that the garment is the thing itself, is the essence itself. Like, for example, you look at a person and you see what they're wearing. There is whole entire societies that they do this, right? But it's not proper. America being one of them. You look at a person, you see what they're wearing, and that's the most important thing. You think that that's what they are. Right? So too, if you look at the Torah the Torah is a book of stories. If you look at the Torah that way, you think that the stories which are the levush, says Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that the stories which are the garments, if you think that's the main thing, then it's a problem. This is the wrong thing to do. Is a person, so to say, has no purpose in this world if that's how they look at it. Rabbi Shimon goes further and says a person like this who thinks that the stories of the Torah, the essence of the Torah, then that person has no portion in the world to come. V'la yehele chulka ba'alma de'ate begin kach amar David. Because of this, David HaMelech says, Gal einai ve'abita niflot mitoratecha. Clean my eyes and I will be able to look at the wonders of your Torah. Ma ditchot levusha deoraita. Rabbi Shimon says, what does that mean? What is underneath the garments of the Torah? What is underneath the stories? Oraita itla gufa. The Torah has a body. Vinun pikudei oraita. What is the body of the Torah? That is, right, we've established what are the garments. The garments of the Torah are the stories. The body of the Torah are the commandments of the Torah. Dikun gufei Torah. They're called the body of the Torah. Hai gufa mitlabsha belevushin diinun sipurin de hai alma. And this body gets garmented, gets enclosed inside different garments, right? And these are the stories of this world. Meaning all the stories of the Tanakh are stories that we all individually go through as well, right? They're things that people go through in life, right? A person goes through theft, a person goes through kidnapping, a person goes through exile, a person goes through redemption, a person gets married, a person gets divorced. We all go through these different things. So the commandments, which is how we're meant to live in this world, they're brought down by way of stories. Not to say that the stories are not real and they didn't happen, that Abraham wasn't a real person and Moses wasn't a real person. They were. It's just that the stories are not the main thing. They're just tools to express what is the commandment, what is the body of the Torah. Tipshin dalma, the foolish people, the simpleton of the world, the ignorance of the world, lo mistaklei ela be'au levusha. All they do is look at the garment. They look at the story of the Torah only. They don't know more than that. They don't look what's underneath the garment. Those that know more. They don't look at the garment. They look at the body. That is underneath that same garment, right? So the people that are more connected, the people that know more, they're not interested in what you're wearing. They're interested in who are you? What are you at your body, right? What do you do with your actions? What's going on here? What am I meant to do? When I read the Torah, what is the Torah commanding me to do by way of this story? What am I meant to apply by way of this story? Chakimin avdei de malka ila'ah, the wise ones, the servants of the supernal king. Inun dekaimu betura de Sinai, those that stood in Mount Sinai, lo mistakle ela benishmata. All they do is look at the soul. When they look at the Torah, they're looking for the soul. They're not looking for the garments. They're not looking for the body. They're looking at the soul. Diu ikara de chola, which is the main part of everything. It's the main aspect. Oraita mamash, the Torah itself. Zakain inun tzadikaya. Fortunate are these holy people, these righteous people, that they look at the Torah in a proper fashion. Up until now are the words of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. That's the part of the Zohar and Baalotcha where he's explaining what is the breakdown of the Torah. In short, there is garments, there is a body, and there is a soul. The soul is the main aspect. The soul is what we say Torah. The soul is the Torah, right? It's the essence of what we're trying to get to. That soul that's behind all the letters and behind the stories and behind the commandments gets broken down into a body, right? Gets brought down into a body. That soul is revealed by way of a body. What is the body? The 613 commandments, right? And all the Halacha and all the practical things. And that body needs to be put inside a garment. It needs to wear clothing. And that clothing is the stories. The simpletons look at the stories. They think that that's the aspect, that's the main thing of the Torah. The people that are more connected and know more, they understand that it's about the body, not about the clothing. But the people that stood on the Mount Sinai, the people that are connected, the people that are sages and they're servants of the king, they only are interested with the soul of the Torah. We get from this a big foundation, that the stories of the Torah, levushei kodesh, they're holy garments of the Torah. The halachot, the laws, and all of the different ideas of learning that come out of the Torah, these are like the holy body of the Torah. But the main aspect of the Torah is the pnimit, the neshama, the soul that's internally inside of it. And what is the neshama that's inside the soul, inside the Torah? What is the inner soul that's inside the Torah? Or Hashem yitbarach b'atzmo, the light of Hashem Himself. The Creator, blessed be He, on His own side, is much higher and loftier above any comprehension that a human being or any creation could have. But Hashem wants us to recognize Him. And He wants us to cling to Him. He wants to have a relationship with Him. He wants us to be able to feel like we're His children, like we're His servants, like we're His loves. Like He loves us. But how could us, that are people that are made up of flesh and bones, people who are made up of physicality, how are we able to recognize and comprehend and to feel the godliness of Hashem? Because of this, Hashem, blessed be He, gave us the Torah. From the Torah, there's this powerful godly light that's much higher than this world, that comes down and is infused inside of our beings. But this light, you're not able to grasp it without a garment. Therefore, this godly light gets dressed and gets covered up, and so to say, expresses itself by way of the halachot, the laws and the different deeper ideas of the Torah, and from within the stories of the Torah. And so to say, Hashem Yitbarach, Hashem blessed be He, put Himself in and His light inside the letters of the Torah. And Hashem wears this garment, and so to say, puts on this garment and expresses Himself by way of all of the laws and all of the different ideas that the Torah is coming to teach us. The Gemara talks about this. The first commandment of the 10 Commandments is Anochi Hashem Elokecha. Right? Torah and Tanakh is the same in this case is the same thing. The Torah includes everything that is the whole entire 24 books. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in the Gemara it says Anochi, which is the first commandment, I Hashem, the God that took you out of Egypt, is a Rashi Tevot, is an acronym for Ana Nafshi Ktivati Yahvid. And me, my soul, I wrote it. My soul is put down inside these writings. And Hashem is, so to say, put Himself inside the Torah. So when we're dealing with Torah, we're receiving this light into us, and by way of that, we are at a core connecting to Hashem. And it's very important to know that obviously clothing isn't just to cover up the body, right? We don't wear clothing just purely to cover our bodies. They are a cover-up that reveals a certain light in a constricted way, in a fashion that you'll be able to comprehend and you'll be able to understand it. And this we see even according to the simple understanding of the Torah, because the stories themselves teach us how Hashem runs over the world and what is the way that we're meant to live in this world. And the halachot and the instructions that are action-oriented, how we're meant to live in this world in a fashion that will reveal Hashem in the world. So these stories, they do teach us how to be successful in living out the godly truth without falling to the tricks of the Yetzer Hara, of the evil inclination, that are always trying to come and confuse us as if there is something outside of Hashem in this world. Rather, we should merit to recognize the godly light and to comprehend and understand how to live with Hashem and the oneness that is Hashem. That there is Ein Od Milvado, there is nothing besides Hashem. And Mizat Hashem, we're going to learn about how to do this more deeper in this chapter. So when we learn Torah, and we're bringing inside of us, inside of our brains, this levush, this holy garment, meaning we start to learn a story in the Torah, or any of the Tanakh, right? And we're engaged with the letters of the Torah. That these letters are expressing halachot, and they're expressing different deep ideas that are part of the Torah. Then we are receiving the light of God into us, and by way of that, we're able to recognize the giver of the Torah, and to connect and build and develop a relationship of attachment with Him, with the giver of the Torah. Therefore, it's forbidden to teach a non-Jew Torah. Because the Torah was given to Am Yisrael, only to Am Yisrael, that they merited to be part of Hashem's plan of revealing Himself in this world. And we came into a covenant with Hashem to live out this truth in the most internal way possible, and to reveal it with all of the natural happenings that happen in the world. how we live life, how we do business, how we interact with people, to be a revelation of this godly light everywhere possible. But the Goyim, they don't recognize the name Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, Havaya. They don't recognize that name of Hashem that is the essential name. The Goyim only have an understanding of the name Elokim, right? Of the natural, constant will, expression of judgment and of Hashem that shows the way of nature, how Hashem created the world, and there is certain laws of nature, and that's how Hashem interacts with the world. They don't understand, and they haven't had revealed to them the depths of the oneness of Hashem, the secret of Yichud, of the unity of Hashem. That the truth is that Hashem is the light that's behind everything in the world. That has not been revealed to the world yet. Therefore, it's forbidden to teach Torah to a person that doesn't understand that. So too, like a goy who keeps Shabbat, it's not allowed, right? A goy is not allowed to keep Shabbat. Chazal say spiritually, it's like they're killing themselves if they keep Shabbat. Why? Because Shabbat is all about the Yichud, it's all about the oneness of Hashem. Therefore, we can't go there with these things. So, Mezat Hashem Yitbarach, we've learned up until here that there is levels to the Torah, right? But they're all coming to reveal the oneness of Hashem and to teach us the ways to come closer to it. And when we're engaging with Torah, we're essentially downloading the light of the oneness of Hashem into our being to be able to be successful in living out the godly truth that Hashem is one behind every single facet of life. Just one more little parak and we'll get stopped. We're not able to get this light without vessels. Even though the main aspect of the Torah is the internal aspect of the Torah, like we said, the soul of Hashem, it's impossible to comprehend that light without learning all of the words of the Torah and the halachot that the Torah is coming to teach us. Because the external part of the Torah, which we have said again is the commandments and the stories, those external aspects, which are halachot, right? All the halachot that we have, all the stories of the people in the Torah, they are kodesh kodeshim, they're the holy of holies. And they are the garments to cover up the light. And this light of Hashem that is being revealed by way of the Torah is grasping and hidden, unified inside these stories and inside these commandments. And they are not two different things. Just that the light is inside these holy words, these holy stories, and they are one, like the body and the soul. Right? The body and the soul. A person is a person. They're one whole person. What are they though? They're a soul and they're a body that are combined together. But you don't see that. You don't talk about it that way. You say this person. That when it comes to the body, if you touch a person, it's like you're touching their neshama, right? If you punch a person, where do they feel the majority of the pain? In their soul. But what did you do? You touch their physical body. So touching a person's physical body is like you're touching their soul. And only by way of the body is there any way to have a grasp and to have a connection with the soul. Therefore, even though for sure learning Torah, a Jew is receiving light, and you have to work harder, and the more you work hard on understanding Torah and the halachot and all the deeper ideas, by way of knowing all of the many finer details and understanding them and how Hashem is revealing Himself, on the other side too, the same measure, you will receive light. In a deeper sense, in a stronger sense, with more shades, right? The more work you put in, the more you're going to understand. Because in order to grasp a godly light, you have to receive it by way of learning the words of the Holy Torah, with hard work and with depth. Because by way of the knowledge, by way of the understanding of the deeper aspects, the deeper words, then you'll see the light that's hidden behind it. And every single word of Torah, holy word of Torah, reveals a different shade, a unique light of God that's being brought down into the world. And therefore, the people that love Hashem, people that love Hashem, you're like, you want every single word of Torah, you want to hear Torah, you want to seek out Torah any chance you get, with all of its finer details, with all of the precision and the depths, the understanding of the depths behind it. Like David HaMelech said, Tov li Torat picha mi'alfei za'av v'kesef. Your Torah for me is better than thousands and thousands and thousands of gold coins and silver coins. Why? Because I understand there's so much depth here, then you're revealing yourself to me by way of these words of Torah. I want more words of Torah. Because it's specifically by way of the many fine details and this expansion and going deeper and deeper into the finer application of the laws of the Torah, that we'll get to the true secret of unity of Hashem. And then you'll be able to find the Shekhinah, meaning to find the godly revelation in every single finer detail. And then when you go back over the details in general, you'll understand the general principle of how much depth that there is in this idea, and you'll be able to feel and taste godliness. So B'ezrat Hashem, may this be an introduction to what is Torah learning, and we're going to continue going further and further with different ideas of how to get through, how to entice yourself to want to learn, how to find the light inside the learning, what ways to learn, what to learn, all these different things we're going to talk about as we go forward, moving towards Shavuot, B'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach.